You there! Move aside! We're on church business!
None shall pass unless they can answer the riddle.
Moon mad! And what is the riddle, you insolent wretch?
What has 18 legs and isn't going anywhere? Your next move will be your last.
Evening, friend.
Russell Crowe is back on the big screen with the big budget movie Robin Hood. So should you see it, rent it, or skip it? We're getting you set for the weekend, and movie critic for FatGuysAtTheMovies.com, Kevin Carr, joining us with some answers. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good. My first question was, you actually asked me, you've seen Robin Hood, right? I mean, how many versions are we on now?
Oh, I don't know. There's dozens. The legend's been around for 500 years.
Yeah.
So if you're really looking for a big Robin Hood traditional movie, you've already seen it. That scene is pretty much it. The rest of it is all this sort of politics and build-up, and has some neat battle sequences in it.
Okay.
But the biggest problem is it's about as much about Santa Claus as it is about Robin Hood.
Oh.
Because it's all the legend. It's leading up to the legend. So all the stuff you'd expect from a Robin Hood movie, you really don't get in this film, which is I didn't like. It's too
What is it
long.
missing?
Well, it's all about him before he becomes an outlaw and goes out into Sherwood Forest. So it's about him and the politics of the time and the battles and coming back from the Crusades, which I'm sure would be interesting for some people, but it's not a Robin Hood movie.
It's more of a history movie and less of the fable, the tale.
Yeah, a lot of people compare it to Gladiator.
Okay.
I compare it more like Kingdom of Heaven, if you remember that movie that Ridley Scott did a couple years ago, which was a little too long, a little too convoluted, and like I said, had some good scenes, but...
Yeah, okay, well there you go. So what are we doing? Are we seeing it, renting it, or skipping it?
I'm going to give it a rent it simply because I know there's a lot of people who want to have something after Iron Man and go see another action movie.
Okay.
So, yeah, rent it.
And Russell Crowe's in it, so keep that in mind. All right, next we've got a romance. This seems a little convoluted to me. It's called Letters to Juliet. And this plot, I just can't even quite grasp the plot.
Yeah, we know it's a story about a woman who travels to Verona, Italy, and where people write love letters to Juliet Capulet from Romeo and Juliet, and there are these women who answer them, and she goes and she answers one, and it's this woman who lost her love 50 years ago and comes back and tries to find her love. You're right, it is kind of a hard pill to swallow in terms of plot. I said to somebody, it's like Armageddon, where you just kind of have to just take the plot and go with it.
Okay, now is there good on-screen romance love here, or not so much? Or?
Well, they're good. And what saves the movie is the acting. Amanda Seyfried, who you'll remember from Mamma Mia, she's fantastic in it, and Vanessa Redgrave plays the older lady who's trying to find her lost love. She's fantastic. She's very charming. They do a great job together. They're the reason to see the movie, and of course the Italian countryside. The guy who plays the romance, yeah, he's okay.
He's okay, so I won't be seeing it. What are you going to do with this one? See it, rent it, or skip it?
Again, this is a rent it. You know, if you've got a wife or girlfriend you want to go take and see this, you could do a lot worse. This is okay.
All right.
It's
okay,
all right.
Next we've got a comedy starring Queen Latifah, and I always think her stuff's hilarious. It's called Just Right, kind of a sport comedy romance. I don't even know what that means. What is the movie about?
A couple years ago, they did a movie called Love and Basketball. This one's also about love and basketball. She plays a physical therapist who helps an injured NBA star get back on his feet, falls in love, and all that kind of thing. Queen Latifah's great. I love Queen Latifah. And she's great in almost everything she does. The big problem here is you got Common playing the basketball star who can look her right in the eye, so he can't quite buy him as an NBA star. Not a great actor. Very predictable. Queen Latifah's great, but she's kind of slumming it in this movie.
Okay, well, we don't like that. So what are we going to do with this one? See it, rent it, skip it?
This is a skip it.
A skip it.
Skip it.
So 2 rents and a skip if you're dying for a movie this weekend. What are you going to go see?
You can go see Iron Man 2 again.
Okay. There's a suggestion. And maybe Robin Hood if you really need your fix.
If you're dying.
If you really need your fix. All right, well, save your money. I guess that's the message this weekend, Andy. We'll have to get back with him next week. Thanks, Kevin.
Unless you really like Common, and then you can go see that movie.
Or we're giving away tickets all week to that, so then you can go, because it's free.
It's free.